Welcome back to cryptowealthy channel, guys. In today's video we're going to do some very interesting news over here about the Bitcoin price, and we're going to go all along through all the news and connect why Bitcoin price actually corrected itself so much and what could we expect in the future. We're going to even go through some interesting parts from Sunny Decree's video today because we need to connect that also and extend a little bit in our version, right? So make sure to hit that like and subscribe button and stay all the way until the end of this video. And now let's get started. So we are standing over here on the Bitcoin chart, on the weekly chart, and as we can see, guys, there is not too big correction over here on the Bitcoin price when it comes to such a higher time frames. So I wouldn't be worried at any time whatsoever right now, at least not if we are below 20 exponential moving average at these levels, which would be approximately around $9,000, which is pretty long way to the downside. And also one thing we need to mention over here, RSI on the weekly chart is also in cool down zone. We retouched overbought zone as we discussed in the previous video, and this correction is totally normal and natural, let's say like that, because we are not in overbought zone like we have been over here, and after that dump pretty heavily. So I wouldn't be worried about this dump anytime whatsoever, especially about VeChain, Link. They're still in good position for the jump on the way to the upside as we discussed in the previous video, so I wouldn't be worried right now. Also, MACD is showing us that we are above this histogram over here. We are above level of 50 on the weekly chart, and we are pretty good to go even to $10,500 like we pounded into your head in the previous videos, that $10,500 would be perfectly good and healthy example to retest, and after that surge on the way to the upside. Even if we visit a little bit lower prices of that, markets tends to give investors a second chances, third, even fourth chances to buy some asset on a lower prices before we see higher prices. So for now this is totally natural and normal. If you're new over here, do not panic. This is just a correction into the bull market. Now, the thing that we need to go through and mention that we also discussed about in the previous few videos or so, we need to give a shout out to Sunny Decree over here. I love his videos. Very good content, very interesting content. But over here, he brought something that we discussed already in the previous video when we said that there is no correlation anymore between Bitcoin and the stocks, because stocks are already now making the all-time highs. If we switch on the S&P 500, we can see, yeah, we are on all-time highs because, of course, governments are bailing out this market non-stoply. And if we switch on the Sunny Decree, we're not going to play everything because we have a lot to discuss about in today's video. Smash that like and subscribe, and also stay all the way until the end of this video. I'm sure you're going to like this because we have some very interesting news. So over here, this blue charts is showing you correlation between stocks and the Bitcoin, and as we can see, whenever this chart is showing you on the negative side, or let's say on the downside, that means that the correlation is fading, while over here is correlation with the gold. We're not going to go with correlation with the gold right now, but the correlation with the stocks is very interesting because we discussed in previous videos that we are detaching slowly from the stocks, and this chart, as the Sunny showed us over here, is perfectly good example that yes, we are detaching from the stocks, and one of the reasons for that is also because of the halving. Now, I do believe that the Bitcoin will have its own path, as we discussed in the previous videos about this. Bitcoin will have its own path towards $20,000, while stocks will have its own path, probably with the dump, since the bailout needs to stop sooner or later. So I do believe that this pump and dump in the stocks will stop eventually, while on the Bitcoin price we will see potentially spike to the upside for sure. So overall, if we switch on the daily chart over here, we are still in this consolidation phase, or like Sunny draw over here, tunnel, whatever you draw, it's actually perfectly the same thing. Bullish flag is the bullish flag over here. We are still somewhere around approximately a level of 50 on RSI, while on the MACD we are still into the bullish zone. We are still taking that bullish side on the upside, and also the path over here is showing us perfectly good example that we are still on the way to the upside to retest again $12,000. And as we remember, already yesterday we retested $12,000 and rejected from it, which was very surprisingly to see because we retested this level quite a few times actually over here and we didn't manage to actually break it. Now, one of the reasons for that why we didn't break it is also we could bring the fundamental side. I don't like to do so, but I will do it. So over here, Bitcoin price may spark war of miners. One day pool outflows hit $18 million. Now this is very interesting news. I like what I read over here, so we're going to go through this so you can see what could potentially happen, what could miners cause, even so they have a literally 50% smaller amount of rewards in the mining. So pools may be attempting to trade a dip, CryptoQuant suggests as its CEO warns about rivalries building. Bitcoin losing 5% in a day has sparked major changes for miners. Data shows as mining pools suddenly send large amount of Bitcoins to exchanges. So data from on-chain monitoring research CryptoQuant reveals that September 2nd saw outflows spike across major mining pools. Now what this basically means over here is it seems like that the old miners are trying to destroy new miners in the space who are trying to actually build their own pool. Now let's see how this could happen. Taking three pools, pooling Slush and the new defunct How BTC, total outflows for Wednesday hit 1,630 Bitcoins, so that's approximately $18.5 million. The figured worse those seen recently and came as BTC USD rapidly lost $12,000 levels to bounce of 11,150, which potentially happened already yesterday over here. As we can see, we rejected from $12,000 approximately. We went a little bit maybe above, and after that we went back to retest 11,150 and bounce back already right now over here, and we are still seeing the red candle. We are still on this level of support, but this is what is stated over here in this article. Now let's go a little bit deeper to see why is this happening. For Ki Young Yu, CEO of CryptoQuant, miners may be taking the opportunity to rearrange the competition now that Bitcoin is trading broadly higher than in most of 2020. I think it's going to be the war of miners between those who want a Bitcoin price rally and those who don't. He told Cointelegraph in private comments, "As I know, some Chinese miners already realize their mining profitability, return on investment, and they might not want new mining competition joining the industry because of the bull market." Now this makes perfectly good sense why they actually want this. Nobody wants competition when you have 6.25 Bitcoin reward per 10 minutes, right? And also if you are letting someone else to get stronger, to earn more money when the Bitcoin price is so high like $12,000, then you are also digging your own grave for the future. Once that pool become more stronger, then they're going to take also a lot in hash power. Hash power will start rising, and for those old miners it's going to be even harder to actually mine Bitcoin. So right now, as long as they are weak, as long as they are new, as long as they are not having much money to actually save that money that we have right now on the market, okay, let's just destroy them with the dumping more Bitcoin. But we will see how this will play out, because we all know that the halving will lift the price and not dump it, but it seems like that the old miners doesn't like competition. Now this is also good and bad. Good is of course because they are going to keep digging and the hash rate will rise, and the bad is because they are going to take some sort of a monopoly into the mining space like the Binance has, and God knows what they could do with it. So despite coins likely making their way to exchanges, the danger of sell-off due to the price drop remains less likely, Key continued. Miners are good traders, he added. I think they're just looking for selling opportunities and not capitulation. This is very interesting strategic war between miners and between those pools, because right now we are seeing fight for the actual power in the Bitcoin space, because the power is more less and less, or let's say it's harder and harder to get it, to actually mine the Bitcoin because of the halving and everything. So this is going to be even interesting development. We need to see how much money do they have actually to hold these prices and to hold actually such operations, to dump on $12,000, risking to actually dump on $12,000 just to destroy small miners, to earn something and to get strength and to give them competition potentially in the future. Do let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think about this fight, about this war of miners, because it's very interesting to see such a thing. It could potentially happen that those $18.5 million push us towards these levels over here, but of course there are much more money needed in the space to actually drop us $1,000 just like that in 2 days. But who knows, everything is possible if the volume is small, and as we can see over here, the volume, it is on some sort of a way small in the previous few days or so. Now, talking about monopoly already, Binance joins Blockchain for Europe Association. Binance is now an official blockchain advocate in Europe alongside Ripple. I just don't want to comment about this or to read it. The most important thing is to say that the Binance is taking monopoly in the crypto space, and I think they deserve it because they are investing their money constantly in their exchange, constantly in the new things happening in the space, and of course they want to spread themselves, and I think they're going to succeed to be one of the best and the first exchange in the crypto space once the mass adoption comes along with it. We're going to see how long Binance will go. We're not going to go through all of this for sure because it's not so relevant, but it's good to mention Binance from time to time to see where they are on the scale, and as we can see, they are slowly overtaking the whole crypto world and the world itself, you know, on every single continent. Now, interesting stuff that you are probably investing in this because many people are. Yield farming frenzy pushes Uniswap daily volume over $1 billion. Wow, these decentralized exchanges are like ICO bubble in 2017. Now, how long this will last, I still don't know, but I'm pretty afraid to actually invest in this, and I don't want to invest in this. Uniswap has become the first decentralized exchange, blah blah blah. Let's go next one. So according to the crypto data aggregator CoinGecko, Uniswap V2 is currently the third largest exchange by normalizing trade volume, with 1.02 billion worth of ERC20 tokens changing hands over the past day. CoinGecko ranks Uniswap below only Binance and OKX, who represent 6.25 billion and 1.1 billion in daily trade respectively. Now, the reason why we brought this news because it's perfectly correlating with my opinion, and that is that this decentralized exchange cannot keep up with this volume or market capitalization in it like the Binance and OKX does, or let's say top 5 exchanges. I think this is short term, and I'm about to show you that part where it says like that. However, analysts are predicting that Uniswap's dominance may be short-lived, with rival forks offering extreme incentives to liquidity providers rapidly proliferating in recent weeks. SushiSwap, an unaudited fork of Uniswap, has already attracted 1.47 billion in locked funds through what many are describing as a vampire attack designed to suck liquidity from Uniswap. So SushiSwap is not only platform seeking to siphon Uniswap's liquidity, with similarly unaudited Uniswap forks such as Uno.finance, HotDogSwap, Pizza Finance, and kimchi enticing yield farmers with purported returns that sometimes exceed millions of %. Despite quickly attracting attention, HotDog's native token plummeted from $4,000 to $1 over just 5 minutes earlier today. So this is insane what kind of a liquidity this has in such a short period of time, and this is one of the reasons also why this could collapse very soon and very easily. Now, I don't think that we're going to see it so soon like we saw on the ICO. We need to see FOMO, we need to see much more money into this. Like, if you think it's going to be 5 billion altogether that this Uniswap can handle, I think it's going to be 5 times that. So you will be, you know, like surprised, like on the Bitcoin in 2017. It needs to surprise everyone before it collapses. I don't think this is going to last for too long, but we are going to see how this will turn out. Now, as we promised, we're going to also cover this news. Russia ministry proposes to amend law banning crypto transactions, and as we read in the previous news video, we also saw 3 news where Russia is pretty much undecided about crypto. First, they're implementing some blockchain technology tokens, also, cryptocurrencies in SB Bank. After that, they are banning on the other side exchange. On the other side, they're accepting. Right now, they're banning. So we are still don't know what they actually want over here. It seems like that they're divided. Half of them do like Bitcoin, do like cryptocurrency, do like blockchain, and half of them do not like it. Russia is a pretty big country, and I think it could play big role on the Bitcoin price and the altcoins also if they accept cryptocurrencies. So this is also why it's important to follow some news from time to time, to see if that could affect price if they, suddenly accept the Bitcoin. Now, one very interesting news, PornHub now accepts Bitcoin and Litecoin. This is something like Verge in that times. I think it was 2017 when they accepted Verge in, I think it was PornHub or some other site. So yeah, Bitcoin would be convenient for people who don't have a credit card or don't want to use the cards they have. Either don't want the spouse to see it on the bill, or don't trust giving their numbers to porn guys, or afraid of recurring billing. So whoever like this, I think the Bitcoin and Litecoin would be a perfectly good solution for them, or for you, let's say like that. Interesting, but we're not going to read the text, it's too long. And one, of course, we need to have some stupid statements for the end of this video. It's very interesting to read something like this, how people can be not so clever when it comes to some stuff. So, your crypto is not outside government reach, VC firm partner says. Now, very interesting. I did a little bit Googling over here on his name, and you will be quite surprised what I found over here. The idea that the government cannot touch your crypto, of course they can. He explained as an example, noting the industry views the asset as hands-off, out of reach by the long arm of the law. So if the government put out a regulation tomorrow that said if you own crypto you will go to jail, of course that would have an impact on the price. He added, noting his statement as a hypothetical, not a prediction. The government has handcuffs and guns. They can do whatever they want with it. Now, this is so stupid that I think his look over here is also not so smart. But I think this is guy from Wall Street, and you cannot accept anything other than, to bash on something that they don't understand, especially those guys from Wall Street. They are giving analytics, that they are giving such good predictions about markets, and every time we are seeing the other thing when it comes to the market. They are too greedy, to say anything positive about Bitcoin and crypto. And one of the reasons why this is so stupidly said, let's say like that, is because he does not understand, fundamentals about crypto. He doesn't know how you can actually save yourself with the crypto, and how this statement has nothing to do with the handcuffs, because governments, let's say, cannot prove that you have cryptocurrencies, because maybe you are saving it in Apollo, maybe you're using the private options, maybe you're coin mixing, maybe you're coin shuffling, maybe you're doing this, maybe you're doing that. They cannot track your name on the cryptocurrencies. So please do not listen these people, because they are watching their own pockets. They are promoting their own money. They're not promoting people's money like the cryptocurrencies. But of course, everybody has right on their stupid opinion. Now, before I wrap up this video, guys, first I want to thank each last one of you for watching our videos. On this channel, we are covering Apollo currency, which is one of the most feature-rich currency in the galaxy. We're not sponsored by them, I need to say this, but we are big fan of them. So they do have the most fastest, most private blockchain on the world. They're actually building the solution for the governments, and soon the implementation will happen. The crypto launches national payment system video over here, you need to check it out. Actually, it's last video, so it's going to open your eyes how big they are. This cryptocurrency is not going against the government, neither is going against the people, it's going to actually help many people on Africa continent, on the other countries, and also the new countries getting built on their blockchain. And the CEO of this Apollo currency has been elected as a president, and in this next 4 weeks, actually, the end of this quarter, is going to be announced the state of that country. The country is United Allied States. They are also building the game that is going to pay you for playing it totally for free on your smartphone or computer. It's going to be cryptocurrency that you can redeem for the real gold, or let's say for the real money. They're also bringing the freest ecosystem in the world. They're going to literally replace Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, PayPal, and many other platforms that you know about. They're going to have on Stratus that is getting built already for the 5 years non-stoply. So many options you can see in this cryptocurrency. You just need to watch this last video that we discussed what kind of features does this cryptocurrency have and what they are planning to do. We went through many details over here about them. If you're interested, just check them out. They also have the data sharding, something that Ethereum still cannot pull out. They do have quantum blockchain resistance over here, which is pretty insane, right? If you remember that news about Google saying that they have quantum computing that can bring the Bitcoin down, well, not to the Apollo, I'm sorry. And many other things that this cryptocurrency is offering is just for the people and nothing less, nothing more. Please check them out. Thank you very much for watching, for subscribing over here. 791 subscribers. Thank you very much. That's pretty high number for me and pretty good number of likes, comments. Thank you very much. I want to thank each last one of you one more time for watching on our channel, our videos. Till the next episode, happy trading and goodbye.